Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Alright, folks, here we go. Las Vegas style here tonight. Full throttle. Sim racing. Sim points here tonight. Truck series. These guys are going to look pretty good. Here's Las Vegas. Typically going to be more of a fuel mileage pit strategy style race. Can be anyways. What do you think, Corey?
I've not really paid attention to a lot of Las Vegas style races.
Out of all the races you've done in the past.
I don't do NASCAR that much anymore.
But you have done NASCAR.
And when I did, it was a short enough race that nothing mattered.
Right, but it ain't changed.
Still don't know the ins and outs.
Anyway.
No. Alright.
Alright. Gonna be the 12. Just say. Alright. Tonight. Gonna be a good race day. I like the paint jobs. Definitely got old Bobby Terrell up there. I call it the stripper truck. Because he still got that chick on the side of it. I like the look of it.
At World War, did they have those in World War I or the Great War, or did they have those in World War II, or both? I know they had them in two, but I don't know if they had them in one.
Yeah, I mean, it does resemble like one of those fighter planes in back in the old wars. I mean, I get the paint scheme. I always like saying it's a distraction. I mean, I get what it is, because I think like what back in those days they had what they call was those the dancing girls or something like that. I'd have to go read back up on history a little bit. But it does have like the Air Force looking symbol on the front and side.
Well, you know, they had the girls on the side of the airplanes too.
Wasn't it the B-bombers? The bombers.
Uh-huh. Now, there's a reason they named them the bombers, but I don't remember.
I think it was the B2 bombers. I think is what it was, something like that. Anybody in the chat know? Let us know. You know what I mean?
Well,
B1 B1 bombers. I think it is B1 bombers. That's it. I'm going green. Hope he don't bomb the race. Let's say it that way, or anybody on the track. Pace cars in. Las Vegas style. You know what they say. That happens in Vegas, stays in Vegas. Green flag. Got Milliken. He's going to be right there with him. Kenny, Johnson, Burns, Eglin and company. Kind of plate style racing on this track for a little bit. They will get single file if it goes a long green flag run, but with the start, they'll stay side by side for a little bit.
Stay side by side for a few laps until those tires start to come in, and then you'll see them probably all migrate to whatever lane works for their specific driving needs. And I prefer here, well, that was like a million years ago, I'd prefer the middle, but nowadays I don't know what lanes I prefer. Joe and quiet on us. We got Terrell out front here, leading this thing on lap number 3 over Kyle Milliken. And it looks like Kyle Milliken going for a pass on Bobby Terrell. 3 and 4. Cuts in behind, tries to get a little bit of a draft out of the corner. It might be working here for Milliken to do that kind of move. Turn 1 there now, dead even. just so hard on the top side to make that move. He cuts under. The cut under for Kyle Milliken on Bobby Terrell. Here we go. Milliken to the lead.
Yeah, Milliken right there, man, with Terrell. He's able to take that lead away from him. And got a battle going on back here around about 7th place spots. You got Blackner and Burns, Chapman and company.
Still trying to figure out the flying girls meaning, but this all horn dogs back then. Yeah, I don't know. I can't really find it. They were lonely. They needed a woman to look at back then. Had the internet. That's what we used. Look at this Caterpillar. Marshall Johnson. Closing the gap up onto your front too. Try to put the Caterpillar machine up through the front. Little 3-car battle almost forming up into a 4-car battle. They are side by side for the race lead. McKinney, Cody McKinney there, number 28. He's trying to stick his nose up in the battle, and we got a couple more side by side right behind that quad group of drivers. That would be Michael Blackner, Ryan Chapman. They are door to door. That's for the 5th position.
Yeah, it is. Right now you got Terrell, Milliken, Johnson, McKinney, Blackner. It's good racing up front here so far with these guys. I mean, you know, again, like we talked about, it's early on, and you got some fresh tires. This track brings about side-by-side racing like this. Now we're going to have yeah, they'll fan out eventually. And then when they do, that's when you start trying to pick it up. But I talk about tracks like this a lot. You got to be aggressive. And you got to be aggressive early on because it's a hard place to pass.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty hard to pass them. You see it with the outside lane trucks. They just really can't get a run off. Lack of downforce, lack of torque out of the drivetrain to get them the momentum build up that they need out of a corner to make a pass. I don't know. There we go. That's the information I wanted to find. Is stage should be 35.
Yeah, have that one stage caution here. So as long as there's no caution in between there, I think they'll take it to the stage. Probably for pit stop wise. You'll see that battle up front there. Terrell, Milliken and company. Johnson, McKinney, Blackner, Chapman, Milliken. You got Meglin. They're all stacked up right now.
Yeah, they got them all still stacked up. About all the way to the 9th spot. Give or take 10th spot. They're still like bumper to bumper all the way through.
Well, they are. The big pack shed. Got some multiple grooves here too. Yeah, it looks like the high lane's working pretty good. The low line, you can. Now, I don't know if the low line's going to work as the tires kind of wear out. But I have to see if that's going to be a valuable style line to be able to use later on. Everything's changed since the new updates, you know, with that different pattern that they have now on the tracks. It's like Bristol. That's changed totally too.
Honestly, I don't really pay attention a whole lot to the asphalt side of things anymore because I don't really race enough to really care. So whatever changes they make is probably way different than what I was ever used to, and if I tried to get back in, I'd probably not be as good into the NASCAR world. I can still rock a mini stock or street stock on the paved short tracks, but if I tried to go back to these big NASCAR tracks, hold on now, they ain't that slow.
You gonna tell me a mini stock ain't slower? Let me hear it. Let me hear it.
The compacts are
That's what I thought.
Hold on. The compacts are running quicker at Bristol dirt than the Cup cars.
Because a Cup car wasn't meant to be on dirt. But let me
Still
know when they
running
put them on asphalt and they run as quick.
Put them on a short track, I guarantee you a little front-wheel drive Cavalier could outrun a Cup car.
Yeah, right. You know, they have drugs. Might want to stay off of them.
Hold on, let me look this up. They have ran compacts on Bristol asphalt. Let me look this up.
All right, well, you look it up right now. We got a battle up front. We got Bobby Terrell, Milliken and company up here, along with McKinney. Those three guys, man, they're going at each other. Then you got Johnson coming into the mix here with Blackner. I mean, it's brought about some pretty good racing, but you can see now the truck's getting a little bit squirrely, and that's when you start seeing these guys get maybe single file, which this still is a momentum style track. A lot of these 1.5 mile tracks are momentum style tracks. That's one thing that has not changed. Definitely on iRacing, even in the real world, is the fact that a lot of these 1.5 miles or even 2 mile tracks, I mean, Talladega, Daytona is way different, or anything short track, that is. But anything I'm going to say, 1.5 or a little bit higher, it's pretty much a momentum style track. And once you kind of, if you crack the throttle too much, get into the wall a little bit, a car gets, truck or whatever gets a little bit sideways, you can lose a lot of ground. You can see right now Milliken and Rail, you guys are going at it. Good race up front. Like it.
Upkirk can run near 14.945. 15 second.
Okay. Now you got
a little bit.
Darrell, Milliken. All right, here comes McKinney. Actually, it's Johnson or Blackner right there along with it. Well, what was a 2-truck battle? Now we've got about a 4-5 truck battle up front.
I'd say there's almost a 10-car battle for the race lead. About any 10 of these trucks up here could take it. And look at Red Bull. He thought about, I don't even know what he was thinking about. He about went through the middle for the race lead. It probably wouldn't have worked.
Wide enough to go 3 wide here.
It is wide enough to get 3 wide, but there wasn't a gap. He wanted to go for it. He's gonna have to make it if he wants to.
I would advise 3 wide here, though. I mean, that like I say, you got that momentum. You're gonna lose so much. See, right now, Bobby Terrell's been able to take out front, but they're gonna run him right back down. Milliken and company, look at the run they got down the back stretch. They're definitely making it exciting up front so far.
Well, Milliken did get way high the last lap in 1 and 2, and it dropped all the momentum that he had, and it kind of affected everybody that was third on back, trying to see what he was going to do. You see him, he's getting a little bit, the rear end's kicking out on the Milliken machine, so he might have been cooking the tires here early on.
And loosey-goosey up there a little bit. Bobby Terrell's been able to take off a pretty good lead and get a breakaway from this pack back here, still stepping side by side. Blackner, Milliken, Chapman, Johnson, McKinney, Coy. It's nail biting as a driver to sit back there and be in a pack like this, because Like I say, at a track like this, you're sitting there going, man, I can't make up no ground. What I got to do? Here they're going 3 wide.
Yeah, they're finally tired of sitting behind Milliken. Milliken's been loose for the past few laps, so they're like, we're just gonna pass you if you're gonna be holding us up like you are right now.
Yeah, not able to make that low line work quite yet. But to see if it comes out later on in the race. You got Chapman still coming up in second with Blackner battling there with him. McKinney, Milliken and company, Coy. Daltero out front, though. He's got this thing dominated. A little further on back here, we've got another race going on around 13th place spot. They're going 3 wide. Pepto Joe going to have to have some Pepto if he keeps up behind him.
Ah, I see that. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, he's got a slew of trucks in the rear-view mirror. He's going, guys, calm down.
Oh, you see the red truck, he bouncing in and we seen that coming.
Bye-bye, baby. That's Jamie Knopf got involved with that one. Bartel was the one who started to spin. Back and watch it one more time. He got up there, got a little tight, got in the side of Flanagan. Thought he had it saved. Came down, and I think Knopf, man, finished it off for him. And I thought Bartel was going to go over there for a minute. Went up in the air a little bit. The replay here. What a caution.
Yeah, under caution here, first time.
Yeah. I said Pepto was going to need some Pepto after that one. About did. He had a full truck right there on the side. And boom! And off, man. He hits that inside ball pretty tough. Well, we said if the caution comes out before the stage, would they pit? We got some takers, and some are going to be like, nah, I'm going to just hang off. Think it's a smart pit strategy?
I mean, we got the stage here at lap 35. We're probably going to burn off a couple more laps and go green. Lap 29. So 6 laps under yellow. Not 6. I mean 6 laps to the stage.
Yep. Taro out front still in this one. Good solid race so far. One thing about the cautions though, gonna bunch the field back up and I'm gonna have that good side-by-side racing again.
And the restart here ought to be good with the see who's been saving and who's been wearing down their tires a little bit.
Yeah, you don't want to spin them on the start here.
You gotta really be real careful with what lane you're in, and you gotta understand who's in front of you and hope that they know what they're doing here with older tire.
Lights off on the pace car. Here we go. We're going to set to go back green. Got Terrell, Blackner, Chapman, Johnson, Coy, top 5 right now. Going to be door to door. Milliken. Say that quick, real quick, about 10 times. It's about like last night. I had one guy had last name Rex, the other guy had last name Mex, and they were like nose to tail, and I went Rex Mex. Sounds like a cereal brand. What you eating tonight, Coy? Rex Mex. Get you some milk, you know?
Never got
Don't like milk?
I like milk, but I've never heard of that one.
No, I'm saying is their last names that sound like a cereal.
Yeah, huh? Cereal.
Yeah, their names, Rex, Mex. One guy was Rex, one was Mex. Just went right over there. Pace cars in. Terrell, Blackner, Chapman, Johnson. Getting set to go. Bobby Terrell, he gets to jump out front there with Chapman and Blackner and Johnson and Coy Company. Back there, man, going duking it out side by side. You got McKinney, Meglin. Who McKinney's? You got Cody and Joey. 3 wide almost. Had to look at that twice, make sure I was looking at 2 McKinneys.
Yeah, they have 2 McKinneys out here tonight, so
they told me
the
before
McKinneys.
they're related. I forgot how they were. So Chapman right now, he's going to get up in and harass old Terrell. He's going to take that high line, see if he can't get the lead back. Remember, Terrell got a good little lead out there on these guys early. Ooh, who's coming off the turn there for Chapman?
Yeah, and I mean that's just the little bit older tires that you're running here with 30 laps under the truck into this race so far. It's going to be a little bit loose on the rear end, especially if you got someone pulling up to your back end, putting in its reverse dirty air. You see it right there.
Yeah,
got him real
that thing.
kicked
Wow.
out, and he hit the wall.
Yeah, he's driving that thing. That thing is just wicked loose in the turns.
Yeah, that rear end. When you get, you got to set.
Look at that.
Oh, my.
Oh, riding on board with him there. We saw it, and then never mind. He corrected it, and then Pepto Joe gets involved. Man, I'll tell you what.
Wow, I was about to say about the reverse dirty air that they have. If the rear car gets in a certain position, it kind of makes reverse dirty air and loosens up the front car. So being right there in that pack, already fighting a truck wasn't a good situation.
It wasn't. Watching a replay here, we were on board with him and saw him just, wheeling that thing, and he coming out of 4. He just took off and boom, right in the wall. Ricocheted off. Got hit. Pepto nowhere to go. Ouch. Even got the DoorDash machine. There'll be no deliveries tonight. That's going to throw us into lap 35. I wonder if they're just going to call this one the stage.
Well, if I had the voice chat turned on.
And, hey, what, we can bring up Brody. Ask him.
Bring up an admin.
He's not admin, but he's owner, one of the owners. Bring him up. Get a word with him. Brody, join the booth. Got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, man.
Oh, well, we were just kind of curious, since lap 35 is the stage and this is really close. Is this going to be counted as the stage?
Yeah, within 5 laps, it is the stage caution.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, while you're up here, I don't want to mess your pit stop up here, man. Not straight on that one,
I'm crew chiefing tonight, so go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, got to look out there. They normally don't really talk a lot about being loose, but it's like some of them trucks are being awful loose out there.
Yeah, after a couple laps, it gets kind of a little shaky, and I knew that restart was going to be a little iffy there. And some of the guys looked a little looser than others, and eventually it bit one of them and cost a couple other guys. But yeah, it can be a handful out there for sure, especially with the changes.
No doubt about it. Now, I got to ask, when you say the changes, is it changing with the tire model here on iRacing with the multiple style grooves and stuff they're having tonight?
So yeah, so they changed the aero effects of the truck a little bit a while back. It's made every track feels a little looser, so it's made tracks like this, when you get on old tires, a little bit sketchier than usual. And so this guy's just hanging on. Some of them are hanging on more than others, and again, you saw tonight how quick it can get away from you.
Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, man. Good luck down there, Brody.
I appreciate it. Have a good one.
Right. Get him back down there to his team. Fury Motorsports. There we go. Well, that kind of helps us out there, Corey, is, talk about, they changed the aero package of the truck some. I know, probably about a year ago, and they changed how the model of the tracks are. So with the aero package change of the trucks, loosen it up, we might see some more of what we saw earlier here.
Always very may well. As Ryan Chapman, he has made back out onto the track with a lot of damage, but he still should be lead a lap after that
I don't think
wreck.
they have fast fixes here.
No, they don't have quick fix.
I like that. I like leagues that don't. Usually it brings about pretty clean racing. I mean, obviously, real racing, you have accidents, stuff happens. For the most part, keeps guys honest. I like it. Everybody pitted. Everybody got 4 tires. Going to set to go back green here. Bobby Terrell, Johnson, Blackner, Coy, Melican, Zimmerman, McKinney, Valera, Burns, Nestor, all your top 10. Let us hear who your favorite driver is out there you're rooting for. Good one here tonight. Full throttle sim racing here tonight. Lights off on the pace car, Vegas style.
Green flag, green flag.
Oh my. I don't know how they allowed that, but okay. He did get in the Geico restart zone, so that was completely, entirely illegal. No black flag or nothing. He just got, I don't know how everybody else allowed it.
Fell asleep. Timed it perfect. I mean, that's the advantage of being the leader. Timing it perfect like that sometimes.
Yeah, okay, he timed it perfect. He's the leader. He can't really time it.
Well, you have that advantage as a leader.
Yeah, you can get a jump like that if you do, right?
Yeah, you can see he got a huge one. Darrell, Blackner, Johnson right there. Everybody kind of single file. I think with that first little stint right there, hey, guys might realize that, these trucks might get a little loose as the run goes on. Let's maybe sit back here and ride a little bit now. Maybe we'll see a little bit more riding than we were the 3 wide. Because normally here, Corey, going back on what it was before, you were you'd get tight later on in the run if you overdrove it here, and you could stay side by side for a while. Maybe with these trucks getting off of loose, they're like, you know what, maybe we sit down, kind of take it a little easy.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen them getting loose with 30 lap old tires. Yeah, I'd say now, with it being over 100 laps, less than 100 laps to go, you're just gonna try to take it a little bit easier and not push it as hard. Try to maximize as many laps as being on track as possible to stretch out your fuel limit instead of your tire limit.
Absolutely. You got Zimmerman, Johnson, Melican right there with them. Then you got Terrell, Blackner. You get to see it. This looks like the guys now are being a little patient. Which, you had 30-some laps, like you said, on those tires. You know what your truck's going to do now with a long run. Most of these guys do. So now let's see what we can do if we're patient on a long run and see how well we fare. Because usually at tracks like this, or Auto Club I bring up a lot of the 1.5 mile track, they're so difficult to come through the field. Get the word out in a minute. Track position is really crucial at these tracks. I think we'll still see that tonight, even with the trucks being loose like they are. But you've got to have that fine line between being aggressive and conservative.
I mean, I can't do either. I can't really save I'm too aggressive all the time.
You know, well, you know, in some tracks, that actually is a benefit. I mean, I would actually say you would need to be a little more on the aggressive side here early, because if not, you're going to get in a hole. You see Bobby Terrell, perfect example right here, is he's out front with the Blackner. If Blackner doesn't push this truck, you see Zimmerman right there pushing it, he's going to fall back even further. So you're right, your driving style probably would be very good on a track like this, a Charlotte, so to speak, where you have to be more aggressive than, let's say, heck, I don't know, you could be more conservative on a shorter track, let's say like Dover or something, you know, a 1 mile track, a Richmond or something like that, where tires actually, you know, matter a lot more than so the track position. I mean, because here, yeah, well, a set of tires at a certain point be faster, but if you're so far ahead, like you said, if you're aggressive enough and you get a, I don't know, 8-9 second lead and it's 20 laps to go or whatnot, the guy back there on the newer tires, he's just not going to be able to run you down.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, if you burn them all up, it's hard to make the comeback and keep what you're holding. You just gotta wait until everybody makes their pit cycle, wait till you get your fresh rubber and retry, hope for cautions.
Yeah, no doubt. Got Coy back here along with it, McKinney, that's Cody and Joey right there along with it. You got Richie Cove, Johnson and company. Everybody just trying to ride, be patient. I think they were a little over aggressive on the first part of the race. Now they're just sitting back and said, okay, let's see what we got kind of on the second stint here. Can we run down guys if we just, you know, patient? You see Zimmerman, one of the fastest guys on the track right now. He's trying to run down old Bobby Terrell. Nobody's had anything for him tonight. B1 bomber out there.
Yeah, Terrell, he's been real good tonight so far. I mean, Brandon Zimmerman, he started back in 11th, so we haven't seen what he can do out here in the front.
Yeah.
If he can it's getting to Terrell, it might be the easier part. And then with the reverse dirty air thing on iRacing, it
Running him down.
might be easy to get Terrell loose here and maybe
Yeah, but how much tires is he using here too? Because he ran a 07 to a 28. He's running way faster. Bobby Terrell might be trying to save a lot here on this stint. You see Zimmerman now trying to be more of the aggressor. And we'll see if he's able to get around him here. And is Terrell going to let him go or battling?
I mean, if you're Terrell and you know that he just ran you down like he just did, let him go out front, burn off his tires even more than what he's already doing. And Terrell just kind of did let him get by, sort of ish.
Yeah, and you can see as soon as he did how that truck and Zimmerman got a little loose. So that brings up what you just said. Is he burning those tires up out front, or did he burn them up trying to run him down? We'll have to see as the run goes on here. Zimmerman takes the lead. You got Terrell in second, Melican hanging on right there in third. J.C. Evans, though, he's the hard charger. He's up 17 spots.
Up 17 whole spots.
Yeah, really done well here tonight. Evans just trying to see if he can hold on. Big battle back here around 8th and 9th place. Blackner got McKinney and company there along with it. Martell. And it looks like, yep, there's Cody McKinney in the 28. Gonna make a move here, looks like on Johnson. Caterpillar machine.
The Caterpillar machine, he's got the door dash right behind him. The blue dash.
Yeah, the red one got caught up, unfortunately. That's on Marshall Johnson. Along with Joey McKinney along with him there. Michael Blackner. And up front, Well, Zimmerman, we called it, I think, right here. Zimmerman might have used those tires up. Robert Milliken now is able to, and I think Bobby Terrell is in a conservation mode. He's seen what his truck will do when he pushes it, I think. Now he's just like, you know what, I'm going to just keep these guys in a line of sight and just kind of ride. I think that's smart racing.
Yeah, it's smart strategy. I'm not sure what kind of fuel mileage trucks have around here, but I can't imagine it's, I don't know, 45?
Well, you know, they had that stage at 35, so the first one really doesn't tell us a lot, you know, on the front, on the first style stage. I'm going to say, yeah, it'll check right quick.
Just say 45. I don't know how are you checking?
Go to the website.
Wait, really? They have that?
Rules.
I ain't gonna tell you how many laps they can make it around Las Vegas.
Oh, I'm talking about percentage. You're telling me
They run 100% fuel.
Oh, and then it's probably about, yeah, it's going to be well over in the 40s, 50s then. I'd have to go online then and look on Google. Anybody on the chat out there know what they're looking at fuel mileage wise? It all depends on, you know, cautions or anything like that too. You see Terrell now. Yeah, I think Zimmerman used up those tires trying to get up there. He's falling back now.
Yeah, Terrell, I mean, he's able to get back around Zimmerman. Zimmerman, he may be feeling the wrath of what he did of burning up tires in 20 laps.
So far, you've got Milliken, Terrell, Zimmerman, and company right there. Top three, Coe. Boy, he's actually hanging on into the fourth place. We'll see if he can close in. J.C. Evans lost one spot. He's back here in fifth. Still able to hang on, though, up front. McKinney, Johnson. And you got Joey McKinney. Watching this battle here for fifth place spot, though. Cody takes that away from him.
And JC, he may be doing the same thing as Zimmerman did, overcook a tire and be dropping back here in the late going of a tire run, fuel run, whatever you want to call it. See the Dash and the Cat working together with the Red Bull.
Yes, they are.
Actually, they're both a Red Bull.
Yeah. Got McKinney and Johnson. Got the two Red Bull machines right there. One's blue, one's traditional blue and white. I think he's more the at the DoorDash style colors. I don't know. That bluish. Kind of flipped a little bit, I think.
It says the Sea Blue edition on the hood.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever seen the color Sea Blue as a drink?
I've not seen it as a drink. I have not.
I assume that's what it's advertising. It's the Sea Blue edition of Red Bull. Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm not a
I
Red.
don't really drink a lot of Red
yeah.
Bull. Not going to give me too many wings, but see J.C. Evans now falling off the pace. Unfortunately, he's back to ninth. losing a few more here. We'll put him in ninth. Got TJ Bartell right there in the 10th place spot. He's got a little bit to go before he catches up to that pack. Meanwhile, it's all Robert Bellican out here, and then Bobby Terrell. That's putting it back up. So I think Bobby was saving a little bit. Now he's got him in striking distance.
Absolutely right there. I mean, even if you don't get by him, just stay behind him until at least the pit cycle, and then you never know, you might pass him during pit cycle.
Yeah.
Let him choose when you go to pit road.
Been a good solid one here so far tonight. Las Vegas Full Throttle Motorsports here for the Sim Racing Point Series trucks. Bellican out front with Terrell right behind him. Zimmerman. You got Coy. Cody McKinney right along with him. Marshall Johnson. Joey McKinney. J.C. Evans. Michael Blackner. Sherwood Wilford moved up 8 spots in the 10th place. Everybody just keeps patient so far.
When is halfway? 134 divided by 2. Hold on. That is 67. We're close to halfway. I was close. I was thinking, I don't know, I was thinking 70s, but.
Close to 70.
Yeah, it's close. Almost halfway here in this Las Vegas race.
Been a good one so far. Just one caution early on. Bellican out front leading it. Terrell's there. It's all Zimmerman coming through the field, but he's falling back now. Him and Richie Coe. Boy, he's able to get around him. If Cody McKinney's going to be able to catch up to him, he's got about 1.4 seconds before he does. Look further on back here. John Paul Burns. Couple trucks out of this one here tonight. Jamie Knopf, Colby Meese, Ryan Chapman's back on the track. A lot of laps down though. Anderson the same way. Pepto Joe off the pace. Definitely not the night he wanted, but he got caught up in that other wreck early on.
Yeah, those wrecks really took out a couple of competitors and put them all laps down and out of range of kind of getting back unless we have something drastic occur in the last half.
Right now you got Bellican out front. He's been trailed right now by Bobby Terrell. Richie Coe. It looks like he's going to try to see if he can't run him down. Zimmerman hanging on the 4th. McKinney there in 5th. Johnson up in the 6th. Then you got Joey McKinney in the 7th place. J.C. Evans there in 8th. Michael Blackner in 9th. Round out the top 10. Wilford. They're heating up a little battle back here around 7th.
That battle in 7th right there with the dash machine and the Caterpillar. We got lap car Jason Anderson in the mix there. He's just abiding by his own.
Yeah, a little bit newer tires than those guys up there. Like you said, he's just riding, seeing what they're going to do in front of him. Don't want to get involved too much unless they kind of spread out. Might try to take them one by one. Johnson. Kenny.
Pretty well spread out throughout the field here.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure when pit cycle is. I mean,
Well, they got 100. It's going to be at least 40-something laps.
I mean, we're 35 in on the fuel run, 35 slow on the fuel and the tire.
I think tires are going to be the biggest problem here tonight. I mean, well, I'll rephrase that. You're going to run it till the fuel runs out, whether your tires are falling off or not.
Your tires are really falling off. You're gonna go in for tire before you go in for fuel.
Depends. Strategy is.
Terrell, back up to the lead.
Man, yeah, I think he was saving early on. I mean, he saw those guys coming, let them burn their stuff up, and then, boom, there you go. He said, you know what? Gotcha. Daryl's been the class of the field here, though. And one of the main men here at the Full Throttle Sim Racing.
Looking strong as Robert Melkin is going down pit road.
Might start seeing some pit stops.
Come on, we went green back on lap 35 or so.
Yeah, we did.
You run at 35, 30, 35 again to lap 100, 105. And then you only have a short run to the finish, 30 or under. So, I mean, split the race into a couple of segments.
We were just talking about Bobby Terrell. He's dominated the C season so far. Got 3 wins, 2 stage wins. He's owning the points right now. That's in the C series now. Obviously, we got to look at the playoff standings. And in the playoffs, not so much. Right now, after Talladega, Terrell is sitting 5th in the playoff standings. Now, and the reason I bring that up is because it's really 2 different championships right now. They run a full season, 38 races, but they split it up into 3 sections, A, B, and C season. We're in the C season. So there's going to be a C Series champion, which, like I said, Bobby Terrell owns that right now. But the playoffs is what it's about. And right now, Wayne Gracie has that along with Tony Solera. But I'm looking out here right now, Corey, and I don't see Gracie.
Be here by technicality, unless it's against the rule. I don't know. Is it against the rule to miss a race in the playoff if you're locked in?
I mean, as close as it is, I don't know if I'd want to miss a race because you got to look. Gracie.
But he won at Kansas, so he should be locked in already to the next round.
Looking at the points right now. Yes,
I know last week said advance.
I mean, I guess it is. You can miss some. I mean, because start wise, he's got 33. Solera has 32. Coy has 22. So they are different ones there. I mean, it's close, but yeah. I mean, Coy right now and Chapman, they got the real big battle happening between 4th and 3rd.
There's a little bat flying around on their website. When you, if you click on it, it says Happy Halloween.
There you go. Well, Halloween's coming up. So I know it's different to try to decipher through the points because you have to think about it. So Terrell owns right now the series, the C series that is, but the playoffs in general, the total overall, which is the big one. Right now, Wayne Gracie, he has that one. We'll have to see how that one plays out as we come on here. Meanwhile, it's all Terrell out front. Coy hangs on to second. Zimmerman there in third. McKinney up in the fourth. Johnson in fifth. Then you got Joey McKinney. He's right there in the sixth place spot, trailing behind Marshall Johnson and company. Been a good solid one under the lights here tonight. One caution so far we've had here for the Full Throttle Sim Racing Series here for the Sim Racing points. We'll step away, take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back in a few.
Hi, I'm Blaine Smith, the Executive Director of Team Red, White, and Blue, and I wanted to take a minute just to welcome you on board and let you know that we're proud to have you as a new member of our team. This short video is a way for us to give you an idea of what you can expect from your experience at Team Red, White, and Blue, and also what we expect from you in return. Something that's really, really important to the fabric of our organization is our Eagle ethos. It's just 6 words, but they mean a lot to us, and they guide us in all we do. Those 6 words: passion, positivity, people, commitment, camaraderie, and community are more than just organizational values. They're what we're all about and what we strive to work for in all of our programs and in every single one of our interactions. The next thing I want you to know is that we are an inclusive organization by design. We're open to veterans of all eras, of all ages, branches of service, combat experience, as well as active duty service members, their families, their friends, and just supportive members of the community that come out and take part in our mission. Every single person is important to what we do. All are welcome, and we look forward to seeing you all out there.
And then if you want to, just a little bit about how the foundation helped you.
You know, I was in a pretty serious deal, as most people know about. It's a pretty tough deal, very traumatic for my family. A lot of stuff that we went through that people would never understand. Without the assistance from the Steve King Foundation and several other donors as well, we could have come out of that thing in financial ruin. But it just takes a lot out of your family just to go through rehabilitation, all the medical bills. There's so many hidden expenses and stuff that you would never know about until you actually get involved in something like that. And even if you help somebody out with 500 or 1,000 or 100, whatever it is, it means a ton to the person, just to be able to live and to get through these things. It takes an ungodly amount of money, time, effort, patience, with the families, the doctors, to be able to get through a traumatic experience. And, with the Steve King Foundation, that makes everything a lot better.
There's an immeasurable bond that forms when you join the service. You'll do anything to protect and defend those at your side, and pushing the limits of your well-being is all just part of the job. But when this shared experience ends, it's easy to carry that mission-first mindset with you and neglect your own health and mental fitness. Team Red, White, and Blue understands these challenges and knows that together we can show veterans that their best days are ahead by providing opportunities to build healthier lifestyles right where they live and work. Through races, service projects, workouts, and a cutting-edge mobile app, our members develop a sense of camaraderie and mutual support. With a growing force of over 200,000 strong, we invite all veterans, families, and non-military supporters to start putting their well-being first. Team Red, White, and Blue is forging America's leading health and wellness community. Will you join the team?
All right, we're back. We've had some pit stops while we were gone here too, so kind of tells us they went about, looks to be about 50-something laps. Actually, yeah, so they pitted on the round. Bobby Terrell pitted at lap 83, and before he pitted at 33. 43, 53, 63, 73, 80, yeah, 50 laps, wow. Milliken, though, pitted way early. Pitted in that 72 mark. Got him out front by 7 seconds right now. Do some math real quick. My calculations, he can't make it all the way.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
He'll be
you'd
short
have
about 10.
More like 20. 10. Yeah, something like. He's short. Short no matter what. 10, 20, 15. He's still short.
Yeah, he's looking around about the 10, 12 mark. I mean, 50 laps would take him to round of 122. So, yeah, I don't... Now, caution obviously would definitely help him out. Would help out everybody else, too. Not sure, because we know Terrell's pretty much going to go the distance. He is, but let's calculate his, too, here. It's...
No, Terrell ought to be alright. Terrell and everybody else that pitted after Terrell should be good.
But, you know, they went 50 laps. Bobby Terrell pitted at 83. 51
Ticked
laps
over
is what he's got to go.
84.
He's got to go to 51 laps.
Okay,
So
and
green,
there
white,
was a
checkered.
couple others
Let's
after
say
him.
green, white, checkered would be probably the thing that would hurt Terrell. I think. A couple of them. So I think he should be okay. Definitely Richie Coy. He pitted at 86, so he's definitely. But we saw what Terrell did before. I mean, and here's the thing too. And actually, he's running down Milliken right now, but he's got enough lead in front of Richie. He could probably give up a little bit, save. Even if he is a lap or half a lap short, he can make that up in no time. Which is what he would be if he was short. I mean, that's how close Terrell is. He's within, like you say, a half a lap at least. If not in the good, if he is short, it's got to be within like a half a lap. And he can make that up on. Definitely not saving right now because he's running down Milliken and pulling away from Coy.
I mean, he knows he's gonna make it to the end of the race. The gap on Coy, and he knows Milliken. Milliken has to pit at some point. It don't matter.
Yeah, I don't see Milliken making it unless we were fooled and the pit window is 60 laps. I mean, I just don't see it. I think Milliken's going to have to. A lot of these races here, Las Vegas, stuff like this, they do turn out to be like fuel mileage, pit style races. You don't see a lot of cautions at these places. Not used to. Now, I'm not saying now. There might be now because with like I said, with the different aero package and stuff and how the trucks handle. A lot different. They were more glued to the track. Yeah, Milliken's on pit road now, so yeah, well, that just answered our question. Could he make it? But this might be smart on his end too. This gives him enough time because if he would have waited too much longer, just not going to have enough time to maybe try to catch back up. And now, do you take tires? Do you think you take tires? You take two tires at least. You got to put enough fuel in.
Milliken?
Yep, but he takes 4 tires. We'll watch it. I was just curious if he was going to take the 4 tires or if he was just going to stay with 2. Put enough fuel in it to make it the rest of the way.
I
He went
mean,
the full pit stop.
we were having tire problems earlier on 30 lap round. I'd say tire was a good choice.
Yeah, his only bad thing is it puts him so far behind. It's almost going to put him a lap down. But it did put him a lap down. He's definitely going to have to now have a caution to get back up here to have a shot at winning this thing again, which, you know, not out of the ordinary. Now he's got to get around old Pepto Joe again. Pepto would have the lucky dog. Caution came out. Should be able to get right back around him. He's right there on his bumper. Actually, he's going around him now. We're watching. Fortunately, Joe not having the night he needed. He got caught up in a wreck earlier on. Bobby Terrell, though, he's having a night. He's got 3.9 second lead. He could save all he needs to up front right now.
Yeah, Terrell, he can save what he needs to make it to the end, and he even put a little bit of a extra tenth or 2 on Richie Coyle the last lap. So right now, I mean, unless the caution were to come out, I would chalk up Terrell as becoming your race leader.
Yeah, this just doesn't mess up or something just drastic happen on the track here. Boy, right now hanging is there in the second, like I said. Zimmerman up in the third. And you see, Pelican's trying to see if he can't get back on the lead lap the hard way here. Run them all down. The old Kyle Milliken right here hanging on the 4th. Cody McKinney up in the 5th place spot. You got Marshall Johnson there in 6th. Joey McKinney holding on 7th. Michael Blackner up in the 8th. You got Sherwood Wilford, he's in 9th. Tony Solera, he's up in the 10th place spot. And these guys back here all bunched up, man, nose to tail. Here comes the 5, Wilford. Quiet all night long.
Definitely been a little bit quiet tonight, putting himself up into the top 10. The Red Bull machine, that's a Valvoline machine. It looks like
Yeah.
Red Bull.
Go back to Mark Martin days.
I was looking behind him at a Red Bull, and I thought Red Bull, and it's still the same red and blue though.
What's going on out there this week's? Let's go Brandon and let's go Cody. I'm going to say you're rooting for Brandon Zimmerman and Cody McKinney. Only other Brandon I see. Brandon's doing good. He's up in the 3rd. See, Cody's doing really good too. He's up to 5th. Always like the family members tuning in. Still big battle behind old Cody right there with Johnson, Joey McKinney. Well, since you're all rooting for Cody, remind again, Cody and Joey, how they're related. And I know they are. AWG truck drivers. Okay. Is that like the team or is that in real life? Say team. Think, Corey.
I'm gonna go with real life and the team.
All right, sounds good. That you don't know. All right, well, they told me one time before. Oh, okay. Ancient World Gaming. Accent. What is that? Is it ancient? Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm making sure I'm saying it right. World Gaming. I want to get it wrong. Nice. Say that one.
Like you.
What's that?
It's kind of like you. You're a little ancient.
I reckon.
the CEO for the team.
Oh, okay. So you're the CEO for the team, the drivers we have in a. Okay. All right, I got you. Team owner out there. Well, then you should be happy on Zimmerman's part. He's running pretty good tonight, up 8 spots. Cody McKinney, yeah, he's dropped 2, but he's still up in the top 5. Not a bad night. It's a tough track. We've talked about it earlier. Tough track. You get behind or start getting behind to catch back up because it's just so much momentum based. And then on top of that momentum, you got to deal with the truck being loose. That's kind of double-edged sword and a double whammy there, Corey. I mean, you come into this track, you already know you got to be kind of aggressive because if you get behind the 8 ball here, catching back up is going to be a tough one. But then you got to deal with the thing being loose too.
Yeah, and we're at that point where the trucks would be getting loose, especially on the corner exit when you're getting back onto the throttle. And I mean, you got to be careful if you know you ain't pitting, which a lot of them are.
Yep.
For the rest of the race, you want to be easy with how you get out of the corner and on the throttle.
Because once you burn the tires up, there's no going back there. We've seen that many a times. I mean, that's in any form of racing. Once you burn those tires up, you just can't get them back. And from that point on, you're just riding on glass, so to speak. Then this battle happening right back here around about 9th and 10th place spots. You got Blackner, McKinney's, Valera, Bartell and company. They're going around, unfortunately, the lap truck there of Petco Joe. I had the night he won and got caught up in a mess early in the race. Now it's just falling back. Bobby Terrell's on pit road. Whoa. What was that you said earlier?
Well, that's not a scheduled stop.
God, I'm telling you, he could have been a lap or so short. And if that's true, then Zimmerman also is in that situation because he pitted at 83. So did Cody McKinney. So it'll be interesting to see if those guys come on pit road. I mean, Terrell's was burning a little bit more fuel than Zimmerman and McKinney were because he was running. And well, never mind. Yeah, they can't make it. They're short by a lap. I guarantee you they're short by a lap. If 50 laps was the limit we seen, they had to go 51-52. You're going to see Zimmerman, I think, come on pit road soon.
Well, if this is the case and everybody has to pit,
Who is the one out there that's looking good? Milliken pitted at 85. Johnson pitted at 85. Wilford pitted at 85. But Joey McKinney, everybody else I think had pitted at 85 on. I think is good. Unless we see one of them come down. I think Richie Goy right now might be sitting pretty. Because one, he's got a 6-second lead over Zimmerman. So he could save fuel. And with 20 laps, yeah. So he could give up some time and save fuel. Even if he's like, I mean, he can't be no more than if he is short, he couldn't be no more than, let's say, a half a lap or so. And he could definitely save that easily. But surprisingly, Bobby Terrell. Now, at some point here, Brandon Zimmerman, if they were a lap short, let's just say they were a lap short, which is close, which is about what we were thinking. Hey, what's up, Josh? How you doing? Josh Altus, how are you, man? They went 50 laps before. Zimmerman would have to go 51 because it's saying he pitted at 83. But so let's just cut it in half and say he's a half a lap short. He's got enough that he could save at this point. Nobody's around him. He's 5 seconds ahead of Milliken. So at some point, he could sit here and save and maybe make up that amount and be fine. So Zimmerman might try to make this thing all the way. I'm surprised with the Terrell move there, though.
I would have at least pushed it as far as possible and banked on and getting a yellow. I mean, either way, you're going to drop to the back.
Yeah. And pretty much you just gave the race up, unless it just, like you said, a caution comes out. You know, you're not making up 24-second deficit. Even if Richie starts to save fuel up front. Kind of curious. At some point, though, Zimmerman with 17 to go here, yeah, he's going to start probably saving fuel. And actually, I think he's in saving fuel mode right now because Milliken actually gained a little bit on him. Kind of tell by the time and whatnot. Still big battle happening back here around about 6-7 place spot. These guys are 3 wide. They're saying, look, it's go time.
Gotta get as many spots as you can. You don't want to mess around. You can't really be waiting on an opportunity to open up, because that opportunity won't stick around all night long.
Oh, it won't. Wilford right there with him. Joey McKinney, Bartell, Johnson, Milliken. Now, the one thing this will do, shake up the point standing a little bit. The regular C-Series points, that is. But it also could shape up Bobby Terrell's chance on the playoffs. Because Richie Coy, right now, if he wins this thing, punches his ticket. Guys are, madhouse back here around 6th place spot.
Yeah, winning is key here. Make it into the championship at the end of the season. And I mean, we'll find like 3 more races in the next round once they cut them down after tonight.
Yep, meanwhile, Richie Coy is the man out front with Zimmerman there in 2nd, Milliken hanging to 3rd. Johnson, 4th, Bartell, Wilford and company. We're seeing this battle right now. Richie Coy right now out front in this one. Get down to about 12 to go here. Still watching Zimmerman now. He's maintained that gap. I think he saved some fuel and he might be okay. I'm still head scratching on that Bobby Terrell one. Still there? Lord.
It's messing. My Discord's been messing up a little bit tonight for no reason. It's because Discord's not liking me.
Boy right now out front, Zimmerman. I think at this point, if he saved enough, I think Zimmerman should be able to make it. If he runs out, it's going to be on that last lap. Then you got Wilford, McKinney, Blackner. Oh, truck shot up the track right there, almost into the wall. Ouch.
That was the lap truck of J.P. Burns right there.
Yeah, almost got it up there into the top side. But these guys here, anybody can take positions here. They're under a blanket. Bartell's the one who's got that pack. Johnson's breathing down his back door right now with Wilford sitting in 6th. Joey McKinney right there in the 7th place spot. Blackner, Tony Solera. Here we go. Getting interesting for that 4th place.
Yes, it is. And look at this. And that's never mind. It's a lap truck taking the track position away from TJ Bartell.
Yeah, it is right there. Bartell still up in the 4th place. He's up 11 spots too. So was Richie Coy leading it. Wilford's the big man right now. Well, Durango's up 12. Wilford's up 12. So we've had some guys, hard charging through the field here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Wilford 18th to 6th. Even Alan Durango back in 10th. He came from 22nd. Bartell up 11. Coy up 11. And Zimmerman up 9.
Kenny right now sitting in the 8th place spot.
Joe, you missed Josh Altus out there in the chat saying hi.
What's that?
Josh
yeah,
Altus.
That's Josh Altus. He races in the Clean Racing League on Monday nights. Does an outstanding job there over there. Come over here, Altus, man. I'll tell you what, these guys, man, the Full Throttle Sim Racing. They put on a good show here, too. I got to give them credit here tonight. It's been a clean race. Oh, Zimmerman on pit road. Are you kidding me? Wow. Well, that answered all the questions. Earlier we talked about could they make it? Could they make it? I had doubts. If they were short, they were short by at least a lap or a half a lap. But with 5 to go, but it still brings up that question. They couldn't have been that far off there, Corey. And yet they had such a big lead. Why not go in fuel conservation mode?
I mean, unless even with fuel saving, you just knew you weren't going to make it, then.
Yeah, I'm
I
saying a half
going.
a lap. Corey, I'm saying a half a lap because we saw them go 50 laps. And by calculation, with them pitting it like they did at lap 83, that would have been, 51 laps to the finish. I'm saying a half a lap or a lap, which and I know you could save that amount of fuel on track, especially when you've got a 4 or 5 second lead in front of the guy behind you. You could give up 3 seconds of that time, 2.5 seconds of that time, and that should be enough to save the last lap, unless they're thinking green, white, checkered. But even with that, I don't know. I don't. Oh. Crazy.
That's something weird. Yeah, crazy. And Richie Coy, he might win this thing.
Yeah, he's out front. He's got a huge lead of 6 seconds right now. He definitely could save some fuel. Kyle Milliken hanging on to second there with TJ Bartell in third. Marshall Johnson, he's up in the 4th place with Wilford there in 5th. Blackner up in 6th. Joey McKinney 7th. Tony Solera hanging at 8th. Bobby Terrell, he's been on the move back up to 9th. He's still about 9 seconds back from Richie, though. Alan Durango rounds the top 10. Good race so far here. Just like a typical Las Vegas, as the white flag's out one more time for Richie here as he coming into 3 and 4. Typical. It's been a pit strategy style race here tonight, but Richie Coy, he can cruise control this thing out of 4 and make it and put it in victory lane here for the Full Throttle Sim Racing Points Series. Kyle Milliken and TJ Bartell is going to round out the 2nd, 3rd place spot. What a race. That was a good one.
Yeah, good, clean run.
Like that. Can get some of these guys up here and get a word with them.
I'll let you get a word with 1st and 2nd tonight. Or 3rd and 1st. on the house.
Gonna kill them. Find them. Richie.
I'd help move, but I don't have the ability.
Oh, I'm just trying to find him. Look for Milliken and Bartell's way down here at the bottom.
Milliken's down 2 rooms below us.
Oh, okay. There he is. Was it Kyle Milliken?
That's Kyle.
So we got here Bartell. DJ, Joe and Booty, got a copy?
10-4.
Well, man, I tell you what, pit strategy, as always, at these tracks play a factor out there. I know your teammate there, Bobby Terrell. I mean, you coming in third tonight, good strategy by your end. You pitted at lap 85. I got to ask, though, how close was he? Even at pitting at 83, it couldn't have been that much. And were you having to save fuel, and could he have saved fuel?
He told me he was 4 laps short, and he didn't think he could save 4
Really?
laps. Yeah. The second run, I knew I didn't have the pace, so I just was saving. I was going to go as far as I possibly could, and it worked out. And having a little bit fresher tires on that last run than some of the guys that had to pit before me helped out.
I got to ask, though, because that's curious. I mean, you had a good run, got up here third. Awesome night for you. But again, you pitting at lap 85. If he was 4 laps short, that would put you 2 laps short. How close were you on fuel?
I had 2.1 laps left.
Okay, that's what I was. We were calculating because y'all went 50 laps on the fuel cycle. Most guys did, anyways. From the time that last caution and whatnot was. So, hey, interesting nonetheless, man. Hey, pit strategy played a factor, but you had speed tonight. Got up to third, had a good run. You got anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, I think Bobby used more fuel because he was going a heck of a lot faster than me. But
is that what it was?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. Got to thank my teammates, Wayne Grassi. Hopefully he's doing okay with the hurricane, and Sherwood and Bobby. Got to thank Wayne Grassi Engineering. Got to thank you guys up in the booth. Appreciate what you do. Got to thank all the FTSR admins, and just got lucky tonight.
Hey, tell you what, man. You're the right place, right time. Had the strategies down pat. Got that third place again. Congratulations there, Bartell.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
There we go. TJ Bartell kind of told us a little bit on the pit strategy there. Maybe that's what it was. Terrell was just running a little bit harder, and those guys were saving fuel. But nonetheless, this guy, man, held on, got second place. Milliken, bring him up.
Hi, Kyle. You're going to be on me.
Gotcha.
Alright, well, you started this thing in second. You got second after a lot of green flag running and some fuel mileage and strategy. Talk us through it.
Yeah, I knew coming into it would be another fuel mileage race like Kansas was, and especially when the yellow came out 2 laps before the stage, or right before the stage. And yeah, I was just going to stroke from the beginning, and I never meant to lead. Then lap 2, I had to run off of 2, and Bobby threw a block on me on the back straight. I was like, I might as well get up there and lead a few then, if he wants to get racy. After the stage, I came back in, top restart at the back, just to pad it a little, and I just saved that whole last run. And as soon as the green flag stopped, I knew I had enough, so it was full tilt to the end.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you mentioned that the caution before the stage that came out. If it would have went to the normal stage lap, would this fuel mileage thing even been a factor?
I don't think so. It would have been close. but I was trying to be as efficient as possible that whole run. But I think we would have made it if it would have restarted on lap 37.
Well, all right. Well, man, you did a good job here tonight, and congrats on the second. You got anybody you'd like to thank?
Yeah, as always, Elevated Esports, Gum Automotive Center, Martin Sports, and Victory Fuel. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, folks. Second place, Kyle Milken.
Absolutely, man. Kyle doing what he needed to do, but this guy held him off tonight with the strategy. Richie, Joy the Booth guy, copy.
Hey guys, what's up?
Well, good points night for you, and the win here too. But how was you feeling on this whole the whole pit cycle and fuel strategy here tonight?
Well, after Kansas, where I ran out of gas on the white flag lap, I was a little nervous, but we went back green. We had 100 laps to go, and I went through my fuel calculations, and I'm like, I think I can get to lap 50. If I can get to lap 50, I could split this run in half, and I can make it. And I was actually able to get to between lap 50 and 51 to pit, and I ran out of fuel as I pulled into my pit stall. And then from there, because I wasn't getting any pressure, I was able to save a lot in that last run, especially when Bobby pulled out and then Brandon pulled out behind me. I was able to really save. I had a whole lap and a half there at the end. So Kansas be damned, Las Vegas is the track.
Normally that's what Las Vegas comes down to. You don't see a lot of cautions. You have to get that strategy down, but definitely had some speed here tonight. Got it in victory lane. Helped you out on the points situation here for the playoffs and the C-Series style standings. But you got anybody you want to thank for an awesome win?
I got to thank Verizon for doing a really good mobile hotspot on my phone because I have no internet currently. I have no rain, no wind, no weather, just no internet. So I actually hooked up my computer to my wireless hotspot on my phone, and it worked the entire race. So thank you to Verizon. Yeah. F you to my internet provider that I pay a lot of money for, and thank you to Verizon. Thank you to Victory Fuel, Martin Sports, Phoenix PCs. I got to thank my team, Fury Motorsports with Tony and Brody, Joe, Flanagan, and Michael Blackner. I got to thank my fuel strategist. He did good tonight. We fired the last one after Kansas, and we hired a new one. He can stay. Thanks to you guys. Thanks to you guys for broadcasting. I can't wait to watch it back. Hopefully it was an exciting race. I know fuel mileage races tend to give not so exciting, but hopefully it was. And yeah.
Good one all in all. Like you say, man, put it in victory lane. Again, congratulations there, Ricky.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Yo, Ricky Coy, man, put it in victory lane. Well, close nonetheless on fuel. All those guys were. I think if we would have had a green-white checkered, it definitely would have mixed up pit strategy and whatnot, Corey. Hey, good race here in Las Vegas.
Yeah, good, long, clean race. None of these drivers, all 22 of them that started, a couple that we lost there early on, but yeah, pretty good race.
No doubt. Well, folks, we're going to leave here tonight with the full throttle sim racing here for the Sims points truck series. Richie Coy, man, put in victory lane. For myself and everyone, have a good night.